I was very young, having grown up in the 90s, my parents bought this VHS movie. It was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I pretty much watched that movie over and over again for 10 years before I got my first turtle. I've been keeping turtles for about 25 years, but there's a 6-year gap there where I couldn't keep turtles because the place I was living. But now that I'm living here, I can keep as many as I want. What inspired me to make my YouTube channel was I couldn't find any content on YouTube with just videos of turtles close up, no talking, and just music. Nice, calm music, therapeutic turtles swimming around. That's what I wanted to bring to YouTube. The first species of turtle that I ever kept was a red-eared slider that my parents had bought for me at a flea market. I was very young at the time. I did not know how to take care of turtles, and the enclosure had no filter. It was very stinky. And one day, I think my parents didn't want it anymore, and the turtle was gone. But that instilled in me the drive to want to keep turtles for the rest of my life. The kinds of turtles that I've kept are red-eared sliders, eastern painted turtles, Wachita map turtles, Mississippi map turtles, spiny softshell turtles, and pink belly side neck turtles. My absolute favorite morph of turtles altogether is the caramel pink albino red-eared sliders, with the second being the leucistic albino red-eared slider. Then comes the hibino, which is the hypotranslucent albino red-eared slider. Then after that, probably the albino snow, and then after that, the pastel red-eared sliders of all kinds. There's the Van Goghs, there are the super crayons, even the regular pastels look amazing. The kinds of turtles that I wish I could have are albino painted turtles, but most specifically the albino eastern painted turtle, as eastern painted turtles are my favorite of all the painted turtle subspecies. Albino diamondback terrapins, flowerback ornate diamondback terrapins, and I want one narrow bridge musk turtle in my life, and also a group of radiated tortoises. Yes, I've had a handful of turtles die under my care. The two most recent ones were my pastel red-eared slider named Ember. She had gotten a respiratory infection, and I had taken her to the vet to get shots, but we tried force feeding her because she had stopped eating, and she would sit there and bask all day, and she wouldn't swim. And I woke up one day, and she was just floating there. The most recent one was my caramel pink albino hatchling named Volt. He had liked to bask a lot, so I decided that I was going to make a better basking area for him. And I had set it up. And I came back home from work and I went straight to bed without checking on the turtles because I was tired. And when I woke up in the morning and I went to go look for him to feed him, he was floating there. He had drowned under something. I'm pretty sure it was the new basking area that I had put in. I think he might have wedged himself in between the basking area and something else, and he just couldn't get out. But when I had found him, he was floating and all bloated. This is probably something that most turtle keepers and YouTubers would not admit, but it's things that do happen in the hobby. The future plans of my channel is to create more content similar to what I have been releasing, but to also release care videos for the species that I do keep and have experience in, as well as documenting the breeding, incubation, and hatching, and also the growing process of baby turtles. I feel like there's not enough documentation on the full process of incubation all the way through adulthood. By favorite channels on YouTube, I'm guessing that means that I never miss their content uploads. So for stuff that has to deal with the hobby, my favorite channels are the King of DIY, the Pond Digger, Greg Jones, Clint's Reptiles, Camp Kennan, and Greg Whitstock. But for things that aren't turtles and fish related, or ponds or anything like that, Super Eye Patch Wolf, Wooded Beardsman, Mr. Chickadee, Primitive Technology, Sean Woods and Mousetrap Monday, Alt Shift X, Core Gaming because I play a lot of fighting games, Fisherman's Life, and Wintergarten. That's all the questions that I got this time. But if you have more questions, feel free to comment them and I'll reply in the comments. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching.